Hi everyone, I'm Jacob from How to Become, and welcome to How to Achieve Exam Success Part 2. In the last video, we gave 10 tips for unlocking your full potential when preparing and taking exams. In this video, we're going to look at another 10 tips for achieving exam success. As with the last video, these tips are best for students at school studying for their GCSEs and A-levels. However, some of these tips will be useful to you regardless of what you're studying. Tip number 1 is to eat well. Healthy eating is overlooked by a lot of students who are focused on their studies. However, a good diet can help you concentrate more. Nuts, bananas, blueberries, and whole grain foods, for example cereal and whole wheat pasta, give you more energy and will help you focus for longer periods of time. Avoid having too much sugar or caffeine because they can negatively impact your concentration after a while. Tip number 2 is to take regular breaks. As mentioned in the last video, it's important to take time to relax. In addition, you should take regular breaks to keep yourself motivated and to stop yourself from burning out. Generally, teenagers and young adults have an attention span of around 45 to 50 minutes when it comes to studying. This means that you should take a break from between 5 and 15 minutes for every 50 minutes of studying that you do. Use these breaks to step away from your desk and think about other things. This allows your brain to cool off for a bit. Remember to get back into your revision after a break though. Tip number 3 is to think positively. Positive thinking is great for when you're feeling like revision is overwhelming. Just bear in mind that exams aren't all there is to life, and not doing quite as well in exams as you'd hope isn't the end of the world. If you're stressed out during the exam, try to think as positively as possible to calm your nerves. Tip number 4 is to use revision guides. Revision guides are designed to help you get to grips with the most important information necessary to perform well in your exams. Online revision sources are available, as well as study guides in the form of books. Tip number 5 is to make use of holidays and study leave. While you should definitely make use of the school holidays to take a break from work, relax, and spend time with your friends, it's also an opportune time to get some quality studying in. Since you aren't at school during this time, you can devote whole days to revision and really put yourself in the lead when it comes to studying. As for study leave, you should use this time to take revision up a gear. This period of time is designed for students to revise in, so make sure you're getting up every morning and getting on with your studies. Your school might offer supplementary study and revision sessions during school holidays and study leave. Find out from your teachers if any of these are available. Tip number 6 is to make your notes functional, not fancy. Although it's important to make sure your notes are legible and easy to look at, you don't need to go overboard with illustrations and highlighting. Try to be functional with your highlighting and annotations. Make sure your notes are as brief as possible so you don't waste time writing them. Focus on making your notes useful, rather than trying to create the next Mona Lisa. Tip number 7 is to keep drinks and snacks nearby. You should keep some healthy snacks and drinks, such as water or orange juice, nearby at the start of your revision. This means you'll have less of an excuse to leave your revision constantly. It also means you can keep yourself stocked up on energy and stay hydrated, making you able to work for longer periods of time. Tip number 8. Try revising with an accent. This is a weird one, but some oral learners find it useful to put on an accent when reading their notes out loud. Try an accent which is different to your own. It doesn't matter if you can't do it well or if you sound silly, do it anyway. Some people find this useful because it means you really have to look at and think about the words you're reading in order to say them in a different way. Tip number 9 is to rewrite your notes. It's likely that your teachers have supplied you with textbooks or other notes for you to learn and revise from. While these are a great place to start with, it usually isn't that helpful just to read out someone else's notes. So, you should try and write them out in your own words. This is helpful because it forces you to read and to understand the information, rather than just absent-mindedly reading it or writing it. Don't fall into the trap of writing out the notes word for word. Put them in your own words and make them more precise. If you're able to rewrite notes in your own words, that means you truly understand them. And finally, number 10, use practice papers. Practice papers are some of the most useful materials available to students. They allow you to learn the format of questions, test your knowledge, and even test your ability to complete them under timed conditions. While they aren't the first thing you should do when revising, they're very useful once you've written and learnt lots of information and want to test how well you know your stuff. Practice papers are often available in revision guides as well as on exam board websites. Head to your exam board websites to find past/specimen papers, download them, then go through them under time conditions so you can get an idea of what your strengths and weaknesses are. Please click the like button if you have enjoyed watching the video, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel to get alerted of when we've created a new video. Also, if you would like free access to our GCSE and A-level online test questions, click the link below the video right now and you can get practicing. Thanks for watching.